Hey everyone, Irit here with another art journal process. I am continuing playing with faces and I am having so much fun. I've actually had to step away for a bit from my art journal because I have lots of other projects in the works and I am really anxious to get back to it just because it was so much fun. So I'm starting this one with this watercolor pencil. I think the color is light magenta if I'm not mistaken. It's by Faber-Castell. It's their actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I should have used the watercolor pencil. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's the watercolor pencil. Which they are lovely. And now I'm also using a little bit from the Derwent Graphite Tint. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have a whole palette of these and they are just lovely pencils in all kinds of muted shades. And they are also water soluble. So I really like using some sort of water soluble pencil to start and get going a little bit. Again, I want to mention Mindy Lacefield and her workshops because I really feel they helped me, I don't know, I guess feel more confident about painting in my journal and painting faces. So yeah, the watercolors I am using here are by Vicky Boutin. I got mine on Blitsy and they come in this gorgeous teal tin and there are 24 colors. Now when I just got them and I swatched them, I wasn't too crazy about them because they seemed the watercolors seemed very dry to me in the pan, and after swatching them I found that the colors were very opaque compared to my other watercolors. And many times I use watercolors, one of the qualities that I love most about them is their transparency. However, I decided to give them to just paint with them more and see what they can do. And I have to say that I really enjoyed it. They re-wet very nicely. There is this one particular color, kind of like a violet. That's the one I'm touching right now, that I really love. And yeah, if you add more water to them, then you can lighten up the colors and they become also a bit more transparent. But I just found them to be fun, and I do think the color selection is very nice, and that yeah, you can just see in the video how they look and how they perform, and I enjoyed it. I definitely I wouldn't get this set as my one go-to set of watercolors, but I enjoyed playing with them, and I can't remember exactly how much they cost but for this lovely tin plus 25 half pans, 24 half pans, sorry, the price was quite reasonable. So now I'm here and at this point and I'm not really sure what to do. I see that it's looking a little bit flat and I should add something, some more shadows, some more shading, more details, kind of make it look more alive, more interesting than what it's looking at the moment. I brought out some of the Neocolor 2 crayons. You can see those on the right side. And they are water-soluble crayons by Caran d'Ache, which is a Swiss company. They are very widely available, and the nice thing about them is that you can also find them open stock. So you know, you can pick out a few of your favorite colors, or if you get a set and you run out of a color, although I think that would take you a long time, you can just pick up that missing color. Um, and yeah, they are very fun to play with. And you get also a little bit, I like to activate them with water, but still leave some of that texture that you get when you use crayons. And I also used some of my graphite tint pencils. You can see the tin right on the edge of the screen on the left side. I really feel it's a nice addition to my, what am I showing you there? Oh, the texture, the texture and the watercolors. So these watercolors, I don't think it's intentional, but I have no idea. They, when you use them a little bit more heavily, when you apply them a bit more heavily, they create this, I don't know if the color splits or something about the sediment, or I'm not sure what it is, but you get this texture. I find it interesting, and you know, with my style, I really don't need things to be perfect. I'm not doing anything like very realistic or something like that, so I can totally go with the flow of how the colors behave. But just so you know, they do this thing that gives you that texture. Um, and what I also like about this making a face, and then on the other side I just play. I make marks, and I can paint, doodle, whatever I want. It's just a lot of fun. Test my colors, splatter, anything. So you can see again, I'm going back with some more color, adding some shadows to parts of her hair. And yeah, this is for me the most challenging part. You know, you have the basic things down, the face, the features, all that. And now the work starts with making everything look more interesting and, yeah, just more alive. So I made some clouds with that favorite color, and now I'm just going in with some other colors. This is also really fun to do when you're not really sure what to do with your main focal point of your layout, art journal spread, whatever. And also it lets the watercolors dry. I am working in layers here, and you know, adding different colors. If you don't let it dry, it'll all kind of blend together, which can be cool. You just have to, you know what you're doing and how your paint behaves. So what I do want is some more definition around the eyes, and this one, I think at the end she ends up with quite rainbow eyes, I would say. It's very colorful around her eyes, but what can I say? I'm a sucker for bright colors and rainbows, and it just makes me happy. So I'm trying to always find that balance, have some bright colors, but also try to have some neutrals, just because they help the bright colors look better, and also, you know, it's a bit calmer. It's a little bit hard to take everything in when everything is bright. So it's nice also to get some neutrals there. And I tried, you see in the background, I'm trying to just go in with some darker, more muted colors, and keep those vibrant colors, you know, the yellows and bright reds and pinks, to really to the areas where I want them to pop and I want to draw the viewer's eye. So her hair, her face, her clothes, that's good. But in the background, at least, I think it should be a little bit calmer. So again, with these pencils, they're really fun. I really, really like them. And yeah, adding some shadows. It's always kind of a dilemma, or a bit of a struggle to know when enough's enough. And I don't want things to look overworked, but I still want my image there to have depth and to look, you know, just more complicated. It's not always good. I also have these faces that I drew that are really, really minimalistic, that had like one layer of watercolors and then a few pencil scribbles, and I liked how they turned out. So it really depends. It's also when you work bigger, you need kind of a little bit more detail. And if you work really small, I have a video from, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, where I just draw these little faces, and there you can get away a bit more easily with less details. But with this larger size, it needs to be, at least in a few points, just a little bit more detailed. And usually the best areas are around the eyes, because that's, I think, the most important feature. That's where our eyes always go to. So you want to have the details there and not in something insignificant like, I don't know, something else. So adding some more scribbles, this is a great way to add detail, to keep your hands moving, and it looks great. So now you can see I'm just adding some watercolors to this playtime, and it looks very nice. You'll see in the close-ups how those pencil scribbles look right next to the watercolors. It's a really interesting detail, and yeah, it just looks great. So if you're not sure what to do, just grab a pencil and scribble a little bit, repeat the forms you already have, or add a few new ones. Just have fun with it. So adding just last little details. Last thing I added was highlights with a white paint pen. I used the Sharpie paint pen. It's fantastic, and it really makes the difference. Those, you know, the light in the eyes and those dots around and those few white lines really make a huge difference. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.